I'm Raj Borwa, Director of Hyderabad Tea Estates and also Founder Director of Rujani Tea. I have with me Dr. S.K. Pathak, who is been associated with the Tocklai Tea Research Institute for the last 25 years and more. He has served in all the regions of the northeast of India and the tea regions of India, a northeast region. He has the capacity under his capacity, he has looked after right from West Bengal, the Tarai and the Doaz region and Darjeeling. Also in Assam, he has been the chief advisory officer and thereby retired from the role as the deputy director of the Tocklai Tea Research Institute. I would like to flag one big aspect that has been of concern for the Assam industry, and that, according to us, both Dr. Pathak and I, has been the loss of the Assam tea jat, the original Assam tea plant, so to say.
Thank you, Mr. Borwa. This is an attempt to bring back the original seed jats of Assam, which is to give a very specific Assam characters, even Assam Orthodox. So we are going to discuss in details how we are attempting this. So I request Dr. Borwa, now you have any specific questions to ask me.
First of all, I think we will attempt to understand what the Assam or the Assamica jat of the tea plant is, a little backstory to the plant variety, and can you give us an introduction to that, please?
Actually, in Assam, tea plantation was started by Britishers. Initially, they tried some seeds collected from China, and those seeds were of China varieties, which are small leaves, multi-stems, collar. But subsequently they found, by this time parallelly, Assam tea was discovered in wild plantations. And subsequently they observed that seeds from China variety were not growing well in Assam. And they switched over to the original Assam variety with broad leaf, big collars, single collars, and started cultivating the seeds collecting from wild trees. There are some areas in Assam, particularly Upper Assam, and from those seeds they initially collected from the jungles and cleaning the forest areas and sowing the seeds, and initial plantation was started. These are bigger leaves and bigger shoots with a spreading frames than the China varieties, which started growing well in Assam condition. And subsequently, the seed concept came in, because to multiply to new area, so they are looking for seeds. And those seeds were initially collected from jungles, means old tea trees growing in the jungles. And subsequently they started some seed barriers. Seed barriers means some plants were planted in an isolated area, maintaining some distance, and after say 3-4 years they started giving fruits, tea seeds, and those tea seeds were collected and used in plantations. And depending on different areas or different gardens or different varieties, these were named differently. Say like Bedjan, Khorizan, Tingamara, like that. There are so many varieties developed in those days. And mostly in initial cultivations were with these Assam varieties.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Can you, Dr. Pathak, now as we are standing in the midst of your advice has brought up a tree almost. We have got many tea trees that we are trying to develop from a tea bush, and we have certain seeds that will be ready for germination in the cold weather or what is the winter.
Actually what happened in due course, that Tocklai Tea Research Institute has developed some seed varieties which are basically biclonal seeds. Biclonal seeds means there are two parents, two clone parents, or we can say it's biparent seed variety. Two parents of different clone, and the seeds coming out from those after crossing, after planting in the field, both the parents, or the seed coming, these seeds are generally F1 generation and is a hybrid seed. And there are so many biclonal seed varieties there, but though they are also good in quality and yield, but they are something different than original Bedjan, Kharijan, Tingamira. And subsequently, the original seed varieties were reducing. Then we realized that I think to do something to retain those original seed varieties so that we can maintain the character of Assam tea. An idea came to my mind in around almost 10, 12 years earlier. And this, say, original some Bedjan tea sections, say Bedjan variety sections, if we select some bushes depending on desired character, prune them by doing medium prunes and allow them to grow freely, then they will develop to a trees and they will start giving fruits, seeds. And of course, those seeds will be like earlier that polyparent seed berries. Because here actually we are raising from original seed population of a Bedjan variety or any other varieties, and they are genetically different. And that's why we can call it a polyparent seed berry, which are similar to those that old days seed berries. And whatever seeds we are collecting from this sort of polyparent seed berries are carrying the same character of that original seed jar, that is a Bedjan or Khorijan. Means we are bringing back those old Assam seed varieties so that we can maintain the characters of Assam tea forever. And here in my background you can see there is a seed berry which is a Bedjan seed berry, and already there are some fruits already coming up, and this actually in these seeds they take a long time after flowering. This is a Bedjan polyparent seed berries that we have started 5-6 years back. And in my fingertip you can see some flower buds are developing. And this takes a long time. This will flower only in October, November. And from here seeds will be available only next year, November. Suppose you see there are some seed capsules are here. This is already about to mature. And these seed capsules will be harvested in coming November, December. So from here we can sow the seeds. There will be, if we open it, we will see the seed inside, which is already starting maturing. But it will be fully mature only in November. So this is a tea seed. And like this, from these flower buds, as I am showing at my fingertips, so this will produce same sort of seeds only in 2001 November, after 1.5 years, almost 1.5 years. And these seeds, if we plant in a nursery, so they will produce plants which will be alike these plantations. This below plantation also, this is a Bedjan origin. From this Bedjan only we have selected those seed plants. So from these seeds harvested from these seed berries, if we grow in the nursery, so these plants, if we plant in the field, they will give this sort of Bedjan tea sections, Bedjan character. I mean, we are bringing back those original seed varieties with this process.
Dr. Pathak, I have one last question. That is, we talk about sustainability in the tea industry. in Assam. It is close to 200 years now, and you will agree that there are many new challenges that the Assam industry is seeing. That is regarding the climate change. Today you can see it's a very sultry, very hot day. It is we have never experienced this kind of weather, which is 40 degrees Celsius. Also, degeneration of the soil. As you know, that over the years, these plants which lie here for more than 100 years, degeneration in the soil. Will this kind of Assamica tea bushes, will it help in sustainability of the tea industry of Assam in the future? Do you think that that is a good way to go ahead?
Actually, what happened in seed variety, they are genetically different. All the population, they are genetically different. That's why they have an advantage to cope up with any adverse situations. So suppose there is a particular pest attack or disease attack. In case of clone, there are multiplication of a single bush. So all the populations are equally susceptible or vulnerable to that disease or pest. But in case of seed variety, being genetically they are different, so they are having more tolerance power. So that case, likewise, any climate change or any adverse situations, seed may withstand better. But I will not say that clone will be weak or clone will be inferior to seeds. Clone also, some clones are hardy and they can also withstand that sort of adverse situations. But due to these genetical variations, seed has some advantage. Plus, it has a single taproot system which can go straight little deeper than the clone. And that's why they are having some advantage in adverse situations. So it is a good proposition that along with the clone to certain areas, at least around 50-50, so 50% area should be on seeds and another 50% we can go selected clonal varieties which will be suitable for the area, locality. In that case, this seed variety, definitely there is a future. And along with this new clonal varieties, biclonal varieties, these polyclonal varieties also we can include and we can go ahead with this. Definitely it will give some, it will be some advantages in future.
Dr. Pathak, I cannot let you go without one last question regarding what Rujani Tea's main endeavor today is, and that is of trying to do specialty tea. Now, would you agree that Assam has been too concentrated on CTC ever since the 1950s, and that all our endeavors and how you have so clearly explained that we have let go of the Assam jat has been all CTC centric, and how this will help the Assam propagation of the Assam jat in the specialty tea movement or specialty tea endeavor of Rujani tea, and also on the quality of the orthodox that we endeavor to make from this kind of bedjan and kharjan and the other type, so specifically you have mentioned about the Assam jat. Can you kindly explain us?
This, as I have mentioned earlier, that earlier only that polyparent seed varieties were available, like Bedjan, Kharjan, Tingamira, like that, and there's a specific type of orthodox were made. It's famous for Assam orthodox. And in between, of course, our attention was diverted to CTCs. But again, gardens are now again coming back to orthodox, considering the demand for the orthodox. And this sort of attempt to bring back that old seed-jat varieties definitely going to help and bring back to that original Assam characters.
Thank you. I will now leave to the imagination of the tea drinkers, and also I would request any further questions you can email us, and you can also go to our website at www.rujanetea.com in India and /AU in Australia. Thank you so much.